Hello students, I am Sadanand Prusty from Jaipur Institute of Management, Indirapuram, Ghaziabad. In today's lecture, we will be discussing about the estimation of revenue and different revenue concepts like total revenue, average revenue, marginal revenue. So, before we will start this lecture, let me give you people a backdrop of today's lecture, why we are discussing, why as a business manager you should know about different concepts of the revenue. Before that, if I will ask you people a question that what is the important objective of the business managers or the producers, then one answer I will get from all of you is that the main objective of this producer or the business manager is to maximize profit, to earn profit. Now, for maximizing profit, if I am giving a notation for this profit, the notation is usually given as pi, and if pi represents profit, this is a function of total revenue and total cost. And if like every firm wants to maximize profit, and profit is a function of total revenue and total cost. Now, this profit can be maximized if the total revenue is greater than total cost, and this is called as, that means during this time what will happen? You will have the profit which is greater than 0. That means there is a positive profit, we will get it. Another situation you will also come across, that is if TR is equal to TC, that means total revenue is equal to total cost. So, in that case this is a situation of break even, that means no profit, no loss. Whatever is the earning, that is the revenue that has been spent on different factor inputs. So, in this case the profit is equal to 0. And there is another situation also, these business managers they used to come across, that TR is less than TC. That means cost is much higher as compared to total revenue. So, in this case what is happening, because this profit is less than 0, less than 0 means it is negative profit. Now, no producer or the business manager they wants to operate in this region. Their objective is not to make losses, but their objective is to make always a profit which is positive. But at the worst situation, many of these business managers they used to operate even if there is a no profit no loss situation that is happening at this point of time. Now, if already I have defined that this profit is a function of TR and TC. So, if the profit has to be maximized, then what the business managers they need to do? They need to increase the total revenue figure and they want to minimize this cost figure. If the revenue is more as compared to the cost, then obviously there is the profit or positive profit will happen, and that every business managers they want to do that. And in this respect, in the previous lecture what we had discussed is that we had discussed about how this different cost or the cost will be minimum, and in that respect you used to refer to the average cost, minimum of this average cost, because every firm wants to be on the minimum point of the average cost, whether it is in the short run or it is in the long run. That means, how cost used to be minimized, that in the previous lecture we have discussed. In today's lecture, what we are going to discuss is that how the different how the total revenue will be maximum, in which situation actually the total revenue will be maximum, and in that respect we used to discuss about different concepts of this total revenue, that means the average revenue and marginal revenue, and try to establish their relationship, and also how to compute or how to estimate this revenue. For that reason we have to discuss a case study. But before that, regarding the cost part of it, regarding the cost part, already I have mentioned that in the, whether it is in the short run, which the like your, this is short run average cost curve, which is U-shaped, and you will be finding in the y axis it is the short run average cost with respect to what, with respect to the quantity produced, and every firm wants to be in a point here, that means at the minimum point of this short run average cost, and that is happening, this minimum point, when the average productivity, the average productivity of this labor or the efficiency of labor is much higher, and that means the same labor, if working for initially more number of hours, then their productivity, or they will be producing more and more output. So, that is the objective, and accordingly like or the producer wants to achieve this point of this minimum like your cost point short run average cost. But in the long run exactly the same thing happening, but in this case it is a envelope curve, that means it is little flatter as compared to this U-shaped curve, and this is the long run average cost curve, and in the y axis it represents long run average cost, and corresponding to the x axis it is showing the like your output, and every firm wants to achieve this point, this is the minimum point of this average long run average cost. Now, how it will achieve this minimum point? Because for that we have discussed about this decreasing portion of this long run average cost is mainly because of this economies of scale, and there is real economies of scale and there is pecuniary economies of scale. Okay, because of the large size, then your inventory cost will be less, and because of your large size you can get a discount for your raw materials, you can get a discount for like or in the many of these products whatever you will be buying for the production of this output, and similarly less salary, even if you will offer also less salary and the wage rate to these workers, still also they will be willing to work in your company because of this brand name. So, that is why the cost will be much less. So, that is already we have discussed in the previous lecture, and now what I was mentioning is that we will discuss about the revenue part of it, how actually the producer wants to maximize the revenue, and for that let us have a discuss a case study about the estimation of this total revenue. Now, here itself this case study is like this: Rajkumar and company, the cabinet maker, has estimated the following demand function for the steel cabinets produced by them, and the demand equation already it has been mentioned here, that means QD, and demand means, please remember this, demand is nothing but the sales figure of this company, and QD is equal to 1500 minus 0.03 P and plus 0.09 AE. Here QD stands for the quantity demanded of the steel cabinets, price is nothing but the average price of the steel cabinet, and AE stands for that is your advertisement expenditure, and all these figures are the quarterly figures, and all data are on a quarterly basis, and the firm currently spends rupees 10,000 per quarter on advertisement. That means, already it has mentioned that here it is 0.09, that means the advertisement expenditure is quarterly basis. They are spending, this Rajkumar and the company, they are spending rupees 10,000 on the advertisement, that also has given in this case. And what is the this case is asking us to do? Now, estimate the revenue of this company from the price demand relationship. So, you have to establish what is the price demand relationship and with different prices, because already it has given, assume that the price variable values like or variable values to be 10,000, when price is 10,000 rupees, then how much is the quantity demanded? When the price is 9,000 rupees, then how much is the quantity demanded? When the price is 8,000 rupees, then how much is the quantity demanded? Then if the price is 7,000 rupees, then how much is the quantity demanded? And if the price is 6,000 rupees, then how much is the quantity demanded? That we have to estimate that from the given demand equation, that is Q D is equal to 1,500 minus 0.03 P plus 0.09 AE. Now, you might be wondering how actually this 0.03 where it is coming from, and similarly 0.09 is the how these coefficients is calculated. These coefficients are calculated as per the regression analysis, which you will be knowing from the business statistics course. So, from there itself, given the price values in different quarters, and given the advertisement expenditure, and given the quantity demanded or the sales figure of that particular company, that is Rajkumar and the company. So, you are given three things. One is the sales figure of the steel cabinet, then the price of the steel cabinet per quarter, average price, and the advertisement expenditure in different quarters. So, given this, now if you will be, and here price and the advertisement expenditure are the independent variable, and a quantity demanded or the sales figure is the dependent variable. On that basis, you will run the regression, then you will be getting the alpha is that is 1,500, then your coefficient you will be getting 0.03 and 0.09. On that basis, you will be getting. So, for that you need the data. So, but here our purpose is different. Our purpose is to estimate the demand from the demand equation. Given the demand equation, already it is given to you through the regression analysis. Now, we have to compute what. Now, given the expenditure figure, already mentioned that in the 10,000 rupees per quarter is the advertisement expenditure, and the price range also has been given like your 10,000, 9,000, 8,000, 7,000 and 6,000. Now, only thing is that we have to compute what the quantity demanded or the sales figure. Now, here is a solution. Substitute, first of all, what you need to do, because you need to find out the in the previous demand equation, what you used to get it. Now, Q D is equal to 1,500 then minus 0.03 P plus used to get 0.099 that is AE. That was the demand equation given to us. Now, what I am just asking all of you, please replace, because advertisement expenditure is given as 10,000. So, what you need to do is that find out, simplify this one, Q D is equal to 1,500 minus 0.03 P plus 0.09, then advertisement expenditure is, that is 10,000. So, you multiply. So, what you will be getting is that 1,500 minus 0.03 P and plus this is coming 900. So, that is the figure what you are getting this is again here it is mentioned in the slide that Q is equal to this is 1500 plus 900. Okay. This is 900, this is plus sign, please take a note of this. This is minus sign, okay, minus 0.03 p, and the same thing has mentioned here. Just you see 1500 plus 900, okay, minus 0.03 p. Now, p value has been given to all of you. What is the p value given? Now, when p is equal to or price is equal to 10,000, now replace here, that means if the price is 10,000, then 2000 these two 1500, that is 1500 plus 900 is nothing but 2400. Okay, so 2400 minus 0.03 multiplied by 10,000 is the price. So, it will come how much? If you will simplify this, it will come that 2100. That means, when the price is 10,000 rupees, your advertisement expenditure is 10,000 rupees, then in that case what you are getting? You are getting the quantity demanded for the for that quarter is 2100 is the output. And similarly, output sold, please remember this, output sold. And similarly, when it is 9,000, again replace this one. So, you will be getting how much? That is 2130, and when the price is 8,000, then you will be getting a figure 2160, and when the price is 7,000, you will be getting the quantity demanded as 2190, and when the price is 6,000 rupees, then you are getting the quantity demanded figure is 2220. So, now from here what we are finding is that you please see here what is the relationship you are getting, because you are getting a relationship that when the price is decreased from 10,000 to 9,000 to 8,000 to 7,000 to 6,000, the quantity sold, that means the quantity demand figure is increased from 2100 to 2130 to 2160 to 2190 and 2220. That means, there is an inverse relationship between the price and the quantity demanded, that obviously we are also finding that in the real world situation. What we are finding? We are observing that whenever these producers or the business managers, they want to reduce the price. So, obviously, the consumers they want to buy more and more products. Okay. So, that is why the sales figure is increasing. So, this relationship you please okay, give the emphasis. Why actually I am saying this? Because in the demand part, because already I think it has been discussed to all of you, is that there is an inverse relationship between the price and the quantity demanded, given other things constant, okay, like your income, price of the related product substitutes and the complementary products. Okay. So, there are, even if the government policies, test and preferences, all other things remains constant, there is an inverse relationship between price and the quantity demanded of the same product. Now, we will be already this from this what we got this figure now on the basis of the given price and the demand equation and the advertisement expenditure. We have calculated that when there is an price, that means when the price will be reduced, then the quantity demand will increase, and already we have calculated also, okay, in different price range we have computed the quantity demanded figure. Now, in order to get this total revenue figure, what we need to do, because total revenue is nothing but price of the product multiplied by this x sign stands for multiplication. So, price multiplied by quantity sold, and this quantity sold is nothing but here it has mentioned is the quantity demanded. Okay. So, what we need to do now, when the price is 10,000 rupees, that and we got how much is the quantity demanded? We got quantity demanded is 2100, that is the quantity sold in the market. So, if 2100 quantity sold in the market and per one product, that means for each product it has been sold at 10,000 rupees price, then 10,000 multiplied by 2100 units it has been sold in the market. So, the revenue, the total revenue a company is generating is, that is rupees 21 millions. Okay, you will be finding 21 then 6 zeros. Okay. So, that much rupees, that means 21 millions is the revenue, total revenue for that particular company, when the price is 10,000 rupees for each product and the company is selling 2100 product. What you did, that means price multiplied by the quantity sold. Similarly, for the quarter 2 you will be getting what? Now, price is 9,000 rupees and quantity sold is 2130. So, you will be getting 19 like or million, then 17 170,000. Similarly, quarter 3 also you will be getting this figure like your 17,280,000, and like that you will be finding that the total revenue is increasing. Now, let us discuss about the from the total revenue already which you have got it, that total revenue is nothing but what we got it? The total revenue is nothing but price multiplied by the quantity sold or the quantity demand. Now, keeping, if I want to find out how much is the average revenue, because please remember this always that price is equal to the average revenue. So, hence if I want to find out how much is the average revenue, because average revenue or that is the price is equal to, because this side q is in the multiplied. So, if I am bringing q to the left hand side, so what I need to do, that is your TR divided by q, that is the average revenue or the price. Similarly, the marginal revenue you will be getting from the total revenue, that means change in total revenue with respect to change in output sold in the market. So, that is the definition of each, whatever we have like already it is mentioned. From here you see TR equation has been given, which is equal to 100 q, that means the quantity sold, minus 10 q square. This is again derived from the different quantities sold as the independent variable, and total revenue on the y axis, that means that is the dependent variable. Then in the regression equation you will be getting this equation, that means how you got 100 and how you got like your 10. Now, by plotting this, okay, like you are taking different values of this q. So, you will be finding that when q is equal to 0 you have not sold anything. So, obviously, total revenue will be 0. When you sold 1, then what is happening, 1 multiplied by 100 is equal to 100 minus 10, then 1 square is also equal to 1. So, 10 multiplied by 1 is equal to 10. So, 100 minus 10 is equal to 9. So, you are getting this is 90, this is 90, that means 100 minus 10 is equal to 90. Similarly, when it is 2, this is 200, that is 100 multiplied by 2 is 200, and here 2 to the power like your 2 square means that is 4, 2 multiplied by 2 that is 4, 4 multiplied by 10 is 40. So, 40 and this is 200. So, 200 minus 40 is 160. So, like that you will be calculating the total revenue given this TR equation. Okay. And if we will plot this one in the graph, because when it is 0 total revenue is 0 and this is nothing but this is the TR graph. So, what you are finding is that first initially when the quantity sold will increase. Now, what is happening, your TR is increasing, no doubt at all, but at a decreasing rate. Then it will reach the maximum at quantity sold of the 5th unit, then after that it will gradually decline. Now, in order to establish the relationship, first of all, this is the from how we got these figures, this is a computation of that already. I explained that, and this also we have explained, like you are putting that how the TR is in different point of time, you are finding that as the quantity sold will increase, TR will increase up to certain level, then reach the maximum, then after that it will decline. And in order to establish the relationship between the total revenue, then average revenue which is equal to price, okay, already I have mentioned that, and the marginal revenue, because the definition already I have explained to all of you. Now, from here what you will get is that, because when the quantity has given from a quantity sold is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, then the total revenue is 90, then 0, 90, then 160, then 210, then 240, 250, then 240. Okay, gradually it will increase, but at a decreasing rate, and decreasing rate is implied by which variable, because that is nothing but your marginal revenue is showing at what rate actually this total revenue is increasing. Continuously you will be finding up to this point, okay, total revenue is increasing, no doubt at all, but at what rate it is increasing? You see here from 90, from 70, from 50, then 30, then 10, like that continuously decrease. That means increase, but at a decreasing rate. The difference between 160 minus 90 is 70, 90 minus 0 is 90, 210 minus 160 is 50, 240 minus 210 is 30, like that you are getting the marginal revenue, because marginal revenue is nothing but change in the total revenue with respect to change in the output. Are you getting that? That means 160 minus 90 is 70, and here also 2 minus 1. So, 2 minus 1 is equal to 1. So, 70 divided by 1 is equal to 70. That is the marginal revenue. Similarly, average revenue is nothing but is total revenue divided by quantity. So, total revenue is how much? 90. 90 divided by 1 is 90. 160 divided by 2 is 80. 210 divided by 3 is 70. 240 divided by 4 is 60. Like that you will be finding this is the price figure or the average revenue figure. You can calculate. And now, what is the relationship between TR and AR and MR? That means total revenue, average revenue and the marginal revenue. You will be finding that the total revenue will increase, but at a decreasing rate, and that is reflected through this marginal revenue graph line here. That means, marginal revenue is continuously decreasing. So, when marginal revenue is continuously decreasing, then what is happening to the total revenue? Total revenue will increase, no doubt at all, but it will increase at a decreasing rate. Similarly, after some time you will be finding that total revenue declines. When total revenue declines, this is the TR. So, when total revenue declines, what is happening to the marginal revenue? Marginal revenue is becoming negative. Now, when total revenue is 0 at 0.5 quantities sold, then you will be finding that total revenue is maximum. That means, when marginal revenue is equal to 0, then total revenue is maximum. Okay. Similarly, you will be finding that continuously there is a decline in the average revenue. Okay. That means, as the price will decrease, then the quantity sold will gradually increase. But please remember that average revenue or the price can never be negative, and always average revenue is lying above the marginal revenue, and average revenue is also in future you will come across that average revenue is nothing but the average revenue which is equal to price is also the demand equation in the in future, or demand curve in the future. So, please remember this at this point of time, and that is the relationship between TR, AR and MR, that means total revenue, average revenue and the marginal revenue. So, what we have discussed is that, if I will summarize, that every business managers, they want to maximize the profit. In order to maximize the profit, they have to minimize the cost, which we have already discussed in the previous lecture, and in this lecture we focused on that how the revenue will be maximized, and for maximization of the revenue, that there are two things, the total revenue, like price and the quantity sold. Now, how these business managers used to fix the price or to reduce the price in such a manner that the quantity sold will increase, and from this total revenue we will be calculating the average revenue, that is the price, that means total revenue divided by the quantity sold will give the average revenue, and also from that we have calculated the marginal revenue, which is nothing but change in total revenue with respect to change in the output sold. And please remember one thing, a business manager will maximize its total revenue when the marginal revenue is equal to 0. That means, a business manager wants to sell this output, that means sell the product to the customers till that point or that particular unit when the marginal revenue is equal to 0. Why? Because when marginal revenue will be 0, then that time total revenue is maximum. Thank you so much. Thank you.